Here's the approach to the Wallowas without slowing down. As you can see, the aspens have turned. Also, the vine maple is starting to turn colors. So it's just a beautiful rainbow of autumnal bliss. Here is the west fork of the Wallowa River. God, I'll never get that right. All sorts of fall colors. Truly stupendous. Well, here I am on a bridge over the west fork of the Wallowa River. Who knows? I love these things because you can really get them bouncing with just minute changes in your calf muscle. They're so fun. I presume that's where I'm going. I haven't seen a waterfall this good since the Sierras. Well, here's that same waterfall several hundred feet higher. You can see back there, there's another waterfall. This is obviously the pretty one, but it's the same sort of deal. I'm on a rather precarious little perch here, so I can't show you the whole 360. I guess maybe through this silver pine, but yeah, a pretty little spot. I'm at the top of that same drainage. That's a massive waterfall, obviously from the same thing. We've got two. See if I can catch them both. There's one, rather hard to see, and then there's the other one, which is much easier to see. Now, having never been here before, I would guess I'm trying to skirt up around on top of this thing, and I would guess that this is all the outflow from Ice Lake, which is just at the base of Matterhorn and Sacagawea Peak. But we'll find out. Well, here's Ice Lake. I believe that to be Matterhorn. Tomorrow I hope to go over that pass towards Raz Lake. Well, it's day one, and I've seen my first goats. It's a goat. And another goat. I'm at about 9,100 feet, climbing up the Matterhorn. This is the continuation of the trail. I believe that to be Matterhorn. And then we have a fun little ridge walk across to Sacagawea Peak. Boy, I wish I could climb like a goat. It's Billy, the goat. Well, according to my GPS, this is the summit of Matterhorn, which is the second Matterhorn I've climbed in 2020. The first being in northern Yosemite. That down there is Ice Lake, where I came from and where I will presumably camp tonight. The hope, my original hope, was that I could scramble over to Raz Lake, but it's not looking doable. So I'll just go back down to Ice Lake. It's a pretty comprehensive view from up here. Big valleys. And that's the direction that we are going to Sacagawea. Well, apparently, after consulting my compass, there's Sacagawea Peak. And to get there, you have to do... I don't really feel like doing that. But I'm taking solace in the fact that it's disputed whether that or this is the highest peak in the Wallowas. I believe that there is 6 goats. I don't know what they could possibly be eating. We're here. Looks like some sort of grouse or something. I don't know, some sort of a ground bird. He doesn't really want to fly. Kind of neat though. Well, here is Mirror Lake, near the uppermost reaches of the lake basin. Down there's a continuation, I believe, of Mirror Lake. Out that way is the east fork of the Lost Teen River, something like that. And I believe that pass right straight in front of me is the one I'm going over. Though I could be mistaken, because there are 3 passes leaving this area. I mean, there's another low point over there. I know that I'm taking the westmost pass, but I mean, it could be behind that. I guess I don't really know. We'll find out. I'm kind of amazed that this is Oregon. Feels nothing like Oregon. Here I am at the headwaters of the East Fork of the Lost Teen River, looking west towards, down there would be like the Hurricane Divide and Hurricane Creek, etc. I'm heading up this way. And that pass is Horton Pass, which is the western route up Eagle Cap, which I will hit later in the week. But I'm heading up somewhere this way, towards Minam or Minim Lake. Here's the summit of Minam Pass, looking back east towards the direction I came. The first lake down there, that's Upper Lake, and we've got Mirror Lake, and back there is Moccasin Lake, and there is Eagle Cap, the namesake of this wilderness. Now I just gotta head over the west side and down to a camp. Well, it's 4:49, October 6th, 2020, and the sun just went behind the mountain. So that's it for the sun today. I got my little dinner spot going. The remnants of what little solar energy there was. And then my little sleeping hole. This is Minim Lake, M-I-N-A-M. I'm just being surrounded by what I believe to be chickadees. I think they want my food. My first mule deer of the trip. Heard an elk last night, but first deer. Here's a tranquil little spot. I just climbed up out of the Copper Creek Valley, and I got the pretty moon behind that little peak. And my trail looks like it's going up here, and then it kind of looks like it's switching back and I'm going to go behind this. If I had to guess, there's a little pass back there. I like this spot. Well, here is the top of the pass above Sky Lake, coming out of the Copper River Canyon. As you can see, that guy there is Eagle Cap, which is where I was yesterday, and I hope to be back there tomorrow. I'm taking kind of the long way around this whole thing, back up. And then you can see the shoulder of this mountain is where I came from this morning, so I came up from behind it, up back that way, which was Minim Lake, following the Minim River. And then this morning I had, of course, this big descent down into here, and then the big long climb up to where I am now. I like this one. Here's looking northwest towards Swamp Lake. There's a little series of switchbacks you can see over there. That's not the way I'm going to go. I'm going to go head over this pass down that way towards Tombstone Lake, but this genuinely reminds me of the High Sierra, which is just shocking because I'm in Oregon. It's a larch, and it's turning yellow. Isn't that neat? A larch. Well, it's about 4:45, October 7th, 2020. I've changed my plans a little. There are some spookier looking clouds, so I decided to cut a day off the trip. Just simply, I cannot manage what I had supposed. I mean, there's only 8 hours of sunlight a day, and I had planned on 20 miles a day, which is just too much. So I'm here at this creepy hunting camp. I set up the tent tonight because of the aforementioned spooky clouds. enjoying some ramen, and then I've got the nice stream bed for water. That's pretty good. But my calculation, I have between 20 and 30 miles left. So that should put me out in 2 or 3 days. I do believe that I have finally found my first either a Bauer or an Engelmann spruce. It's got very, very sharp little needles. The focus. There's the bud, what the bud looks like, and then let's see if I can pull a couple off. No, I cannot. But the twig looks like that. And the stem or the trunk looks like that. Interesting. Remember, every time you let a balloon fly away, it ends up in the wilderness, and I have to pick it up. But happy Valentine's Day. Well, here's the top of Fraser Pass, which is kind of a crap pass because we're still below tree line. Nevertheless, this valley back this way is what I just came up this morning. It's kind of impossible to see. Up that way would be that Minam lake that I was at 2 days ago. And then this big area is that beautiful pass area I crossed over yesterday. Heading this way, which is where I'm going next, we've got what I believe to be Eagle Cap itself right there. And then I'm headed towards Horton Pass, which I believe will be this low point. The map tells me I have to go way down, drop down like 1,400 feet, and then climb back up 2,000 to get there. But I'm going to see if I can skirt somewhere along the side slope and then catch the drainage directly. Should save me many hours. Indeed, it was easier than I thought. That is looking back at Fraser Pass. It took me 12 minutes of off-trail travel through the trees, kind of. I only had to drop down, that distance, like 400 or 500 feet. Walked across this, and there's the view of Horton Pass. The trail would have had you descend all the way down this, way down there, and then it meets up with Horton, and then you would have walked all the way back up this. So this is much faster. Here's the top of Horton Pass. Back that way is the way I came. Here's a little sign that says I'm entering, or re-entering rather, the Lakes Basin. Right, whoop, so I slip on a rock and die. That thing is Eagle Cap, and if I had to guess, this is the climber's trail up to it. And then back that way is back towards the town of Joseph. And it's quite a view. Here's the summit of Glacier Pass looking back towards the Lakes Basin. There's Eagle Cap, and then there is Glacier Lake, which I plan to camp next to tonight. And though it's probably invisible on the video, there's a little tiny trail going down this way, and that would catch up with the West Fork of the Wallowa River Trail, which is my ticket out of here. This is just stupid scenery. It's stupid. There's a glacier up there. Beautiful alpine lake. Picturesque river. This is kind of a neat view of the coming back down the West Fork of the Wallowa River. This pass here that you can see, that valley going up that way, heads up to the Lakes Basin. That's where I kind of started the trip. And then we've got this little cleft here is Polaris Pass. I'm right near the turnoff for that. So that's kind of neat.